everybody, it's SaskiaSketches and today I'm here with my little sister.
Hi, I'm Tessa.
So I'll explain a little bit about what we made. We actually painted on fabric. I did that once before. I'll have a link in the description to that video where I painted METABEE from Metabots on a jacket that I had. And ever since I did that, I've been wanting to do it again and paint Rakusho on another jacket that I have. And my little sister asked me if I could help her paint the Great Wave of Kanagawa on her, what was it, trousers? Shorts, yes. And I thought, hey, why don't we combine that? Because you weren't very secure about, you weren't very, but you weren't very, very confident. That's the word. Thank you. You weren't very confident in your ability to draw it, so you asked if I wanted to do it for you, right?
Yes, I did.
But I thought that you could do it yourself, so I thought, yeah, let's combine those two ideas and do it for a YouTube video, because that's always fun, right?
Yes, it was fun.
Okay, cool. So the first thing that we did was we sketched our designs out. I did a couple thumbnails at first, but because she hadn't a composition to figure out because she was just copying a painting, she didn't have to do any thumbnails. So we went straight into sketching after that, and I did my sketch as I normally would. And did you have some trouble with your sketching, or did you think it was actually pretty easy?
It was easier than I thought it would be, because I first drew the
big shapes,
and then more detailed things.
Yeah, like I always try to tell everybody who needs help with their sketching, first sketch out your composition and your main shapes and only go into details once those are into place. That way you prevent yourself from drawing a, for example, very detailed eye in the wrong place. So if you draw the rest of the face around it, it's not going to look very good. So that works with everything, and I'm glad that I got to teach you that trick. After we finished sketching, we went on to the flat colouring, and I didn't mix nearly enough purple at first, and I had a little bit of trouble with that, but I didn't find it too difficult to match the same shade that I had before, so luckily I didn't have too much trouble. You can never mix the same colour twice, but you can get pretty close, so it wasn't too difficult. And how did you find doing the flat colouring? What did you think of that, and how yeah.
At first I did white, and then more yellow ones, colors.
Yellow parts.
And you helped me mix it.
Yeah. Yeah, I helped you mix the colours a little bit for because I know a little bit more about painting, about colour mixing than you do, but after I mixed the colours, you were able to colour your piece in pretty much by yourselves.
Yeah.
And with painting, it's the same thing as with the sketching. First you get in the big shapes and the big details and the flat colours, and then you move on to your shading. So I had the most fun with the shading. I thought that was absolutely the most fun part of the process, and I think that's because once you start shading with painting, I feel like it comes together.
It comes to life.
Yeah, it comes to life. I really like that part of painting, because usually when you first start an acrylic painting, the first couple layers can look a little bit odd or a little bit ugly, but once you get started on the details and the shading and everything, I feel like it really comes together, and I like that a lot about this piece. And you had a little bit more trouble with the shading than you did with the flat colours, right?
Yeah, I did, because it was very precise and I thought it would be difficult, but Saskia helped me, so it came out very well.
Yeah, came out pretty great. Yeah, I did notice that I had to give a little bit more guidance in the shading part, because, I mean, obviously that's much more difficult than just filling in a couple of areas, because you need to know where to put your details and stuff. But I did find, once I showed you how to do it, you would pretty much do it on your own, because it's not that difficult either, as long as you know what to do, right? Because it may look a little bit overwhelming at first, but once you know, oh, hey, it's just, stippling, or it's just getting in a line every couple spaces apart, it becomes a lot more easy to actually, work on it. And when it came to the final details, especially the line work on my part, I found that the most difficult part of the painting process, as it was the first time that I painted on fabric, because the line work is pretty difficult, and I also found that the fabric that I used for this painting, the fabric for this jacket that I had, was a lot more absorbent, so if I mixed the paint with more water, it would just soak up all the water and spread the paint everywhere, and I didn't want that, so I did opt to go for a little bit watered down black paint for my lines, but not too watered down, and in the end I feel like it turned out okay. It's not as perfect as when I do it with a fine liner, but still, for line work with a brush, I think it turned out pretty okay.
I think so too.
Thank you. And how did you find your final details? Because you had a little bit trouble with the mountain and the boat.
Yeah.
But I feel like you did pretty well.
Yeah, you helped me with that too. So I did the first few lines, and then you made it a little more three-dimensional.
Yeah, I helped you with the shading a little bit, and with the planks on the boat and stuff. But overall, I think you did the majority of your painting, and I feel like you can do a lot more than you think you can.
Yeah.
And I really feel like it came up pretty great. Like, you did the sketch all on your own, and you did all the shapes, you did all those on your own as well. And the only times that I really stepped in was with the final details, the last little bit of work, because you weren't very confident in those last very precise things. But overall, I think you did really great.
Thanks.
And whilst we were painting all of this, we binge watched an anime series, and I never get you to do that with me, but I really enjoyed it. We watched Erased. We still haven't finished it. We'll finish that soon enough, because we only have 2.5 episodes left or something. But I was wondering, what did you think of that?
I thought at first I can't follow it very well, because I was very concentrating, but it was pretty relaxing.
Oh yeah, it was pretty relaxing. It's a pretty suspenseful anime though, because the story is not very relaxing.
No.
But it was fun to have in the background, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Erased, man. I've watched it a couple of times. I think it's a super great story, and especially the resolution is fantastic. At least the plot twist at the end. But I'm not going to spoil that here, because we're still going to watch it. But yeah, what did you think? What was your overall experience with this?
I would do it again, because I really liked it, and it turned out very pretty, I guess, and it was also very nice to do that with you.
Oh yeah, I really like doing it with you as well. So yeah, did you like painting something all on your own? Because usually when you paint, you don't, because you like painting with numbers, right?
Yes.
Those where you get a large print, and you pretty much fill in the gaps. You pretty much fill in the gaps, and you don't really do any of the sketching. So did you like doing the sketching yourself?
It was less work than I thought. And that made it also very easy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think sketching is a lot easier once you break it down into 2 steps, right? Because if you, it can seem a little bit overwhelming. But I think it had to do with the painting that you chose as well, because that isn't overly complicated or overly realistic. Yeah. I thought it was a very good choice, because, like I said, it wasn't so difficult, and I think
beginner.
For a beginner, I think that's a really, I guess, a realistic expectation, and I feel like you exceeded mine for sure. Okay, so that was it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video all the way to the end. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more art videos every single Friday. Have a great weekend, guys, and keep on sketching. Bye!
Bye!